And good morning, this is Saga Live Morning Routine, day number 37. We are here on April 25th, a day that is apparently not too hot and not too cold, and you just need a jacket. I don't know anything about that, but I'm totally all in on this thing that people keep saying.
A light jacket.
A light jacket. We're here with producer Abra this morning.
Hey there.
We're going to be going through the show, and we're going to be going through it at a clip. We're going to have some fun, and then we're going to get back to our Saturdays, respectively. So thank you for joining me. Residual checks. Stay in the book so that I may deposit you virtually later. We're going to just be going through and trying to get through all the things that we got to get through, because we're almost to the end of this. Wow, 37. All we've got is Sunday and Monday left in our regular training routine. And then on Tuesday is day 40, in which I will probably do some sort of Zoom session for the core membership of the morning routine show. And we can all get to know each other a little bit and hang out. But for now, let's get through today's routine. The first thing, of course, is we go through our journal. Today is Saturday, April 25th, as everybody apparently knows. And we are on morning routine day 37. Yesterday was 36, and I can check that off because we did it. I'm grateful for, I have a couple of friends that have been really good to me lately. One of the ones that I talked to yesterday was a guy named Kai Lewis. And Kai is, he's kind of like one of my CLOT advisors, one of my internal martial arts advisors, and also just like one of these guys that helps me kind of remember that I don't have to be a part of a cult to enjoy martial arts, and that, you know, the world is a bigger place than some of the egotistical, crazy people that run around trying to tell you what to do all the time. And so he and I got to chatting yesterday about something pretty important to me, and it was very helpful. So I'm definitely thankful for Kai Lewis, and if you want to learn more about what Kai does, you can check out his YouTube channel or his Facebook page for Central Motion Martial Arts. Fantastic teacher, great material, and he's the highest ranked and representative student of Cecep Arif Rahman, the bad guy from The Raid 2, who's also been in a bunch of other really cool action movies lately. So Kai Lewis is my friend. I'm grateful for that. He helped me get through some really crazy stuff. Other things I'm grateful for. I'm really grateful for Abra getting up and running the show on a Saturday morning. She's been doing exemplary work. You know, she's also been killing it with those workout routines. We'll have another one or two of those uploaded by today or by the end of the weekend. So what are you on, episode 17?
I just finished episode 17.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Abra has put together you haven't put together 17 workouts. You put together 15 workouts. But Abra has been putting together workouts for a very long time, and they're all very good. And I'm saying I'm grateful for that because, you know, it's really lucky to be isolated and quarantined with people that are there to help you out. So Abra is awesome. It's just what I'm going to be grateful for.
Oh,
and then, you know, can't really thank Abra without thanking Brett. And we had a movie night last night. We watched Pandorum, which if you've never seen that before, if you like sci-fi action movies, it's a good one for that. You might not like it. We had fun watching it. Movie nights with friends that I'm still able to have, thank God, because that's who I got stuck with in all this. So movie nights, and grateful to have that with Brett and Abra, of course, but, you know, Brett and I never got to have like a lot of movie nights unless we were going to the theaters and watching like Avengers stuff. So since he's moved in here, I've seen more Werner Herzog, and we're going to watch some Lars von Trier. And I'm so excited. It's going to be such an injection of positivity. Wait, we don't talk about injections right now. Anyways, yeah, so I'm very grateful. You're very grateful. I'm grateful for you all being here. Oh, my affirmation. Yeah, I want to say something like, I can give back. Because I think a lot of today, and probably the focus going forward with the morning routine show, for me on that like coachy sort of level, is really going to be about, okay, we've done a lot of work. We've tried to visualize and see who we want to be and what we want to develop. You know, we've discussed some fears, and we've discussed some misgivings and, you know, confusing sort of qualities that we even have about ourselves or about the time. And I think the only way that any of us are really going to truly move forward is if we start really thinking about what we can do, not just for ourselves, but for others. So that'll be part of the question of the day today, but we'll get to that when we get to that. In the meantime, it is 9:11, and we will start our top-down check-in and flow. I'm going to back up off the mat. Please feel free to also check in and say good morning to yourself, to us, and to others. When I woke up, I'd finally turned the heat off because, you know, it's April 25th and the temperature is apparently perfect. And, you know, I woke up and it was a little colder, so I was curled up in a ball. So I just had to lay in bed for 5 minutes, stretching myself back out before I could even move. Do as much work on your neck as you need to. Again, I have a sneaking suspicion that I probably damaged it somehow. And I'll get checked out sooner or later. But in the meantime, even if you have an injury, all you can do is all you can do. So still take care of things, even more so if you intend to keep moving, if you intend to keep doing stuff. Don't just take it out of your routine because, oh, well, it kind of hurts. You know, you still got to do it softly and slowly. Oh, boy. You can try your fingers behind your back and lift up. Okay, into my chest now. Oh, whew. Spine. Love to get some opinions from you guys. You know, I'm thinking about going and trying to find an online master's course. And I can't decide whether or not I want to do something in psychology or something in kinesiology. Ideally, I'd like to find something that does both, where you consider the mental health while focusing on the physical health. But I ain't doing dance therapy anytime soon. So, if anybody has any tips or ideas about that, or knows anybody that works in a program that has an interest, as much as I love stunt work and everything like that, I think the longevity of my personal career is going to involve something like this, because I just really love figuring this stuff out and helping other people figure it out. I got a lot of people in my life that I wish I was even better at doing this stuff for, because I think everybody deserves a chance to get more integrated with their body and not feel weak, and also realize that whatever level they're at is okay. So I just made this move up right now for myself. This is kind of like a variation on a floating lunge. and kind of a gorilla. But what I'm doing is I'm doing a lunge, I'm kicking through, and I'm switching. Kind of almost feels like a scoop from tricking, but I don't really have that ability. But maybe if I practice this a bit more, I'll get good at it. Who knows? Almost kind of holding this like a Turkish get-up in some ways. Again, I just felt like moving a part of my body that needed to wake up. Okay? So, let's kind of bridge this into technique tutorial. We're going to go through those arm flows again. The arm flows, the legs, the chains, but we're going to talk about, this is where it gets a little esoteric. We're going to really talk about building your own flow moves. So while you're at home, just try and follow along with some of the stuff I'm doing. But honestly, if you want to take this time while I'm doing this to just move around in the space with some of these moves, that's totally good. What I want you to focus on is this feeling of not stopping unless it's intentional. Because it's not going to be about the moves being right or wrong. It's going to be about connecting the whole body. So now that we've got things like the arm circles, or the arm whip, or the around the back, or, you know, you've got the step open, you've got the side kick, sort of S kick, and you've got the hook kick. And of course, you can even do a reverse of the hook kick. You can put your foot back here, bring it forward, and just step through or something like that with like a roundhouse kick of some kind. You've got all these options. You're starting to understand your body more. If you want, you can prop low down into our twist stance position, push up, and do like a big Revers or crescent kick, however you want it. But the goal is to just make sure that you're not doing that. That's good training for what it is. But we're trying to build up this flowy sort of movement. Let's make that one of the tutorials today because I really like that move. See, I'm looking at the video myself. So what we're going to do then is that we're going to step back into that S step or that twist stance position, and we're going to lower just a little bit. And from the ground, we're going to come up. I'm sure there's ballet number moves related to this, but really feel that lift. So it's almost like we're doing like a little squat and pushing up. And as you do that, bring the knee up to your body. Knee up, knee up, knee up. And then at the end of getting the knee up, increase the length of the chain by flicking the toe out. And then, in order to make it go even further, once you flick that toe out, open up the hip and let it come down. And it can go so far across that, you know, you have to put it down and open up in this nice big tumbleweed sort of stance. So sit down, push up, and open. Because once you get that, you can open it up and add a little jump to it, because as your hip opens up, it's going to take the rest of the body with you. So I'm not really jumping because of this leg. I might be giving a little bit of a push off of it, but what's really bringing me up is this hip pulling me up off the ground is what I want to think about. I'll do it from the other side. So I've got this leg down, I twist in, I push up, push up, push up and bring up the knee, push up and bring up the toe, open the hip. So again, if I want to start from the right foot in front, step back into my twist stance, push and open. Step back, push and open.
And you gotta take this slow first thing in the morning because this is a lot of movement for your body. And if you don't lube it up a little bit early on, it's gonna end up grinding in and not feeling super comfortable. But yeah, I can do this from either side. Bounce down, open up. And for me, Savate, Kung Fu, these mixed moves, I get this feeling of flying, like I'm taking off.
You do one from the front.
And do one from the front, sure. So if my feet are together, or if I'm in a lead, I take one foot and put it back behind me in my twist. I sink down into it, so you see that this knee's bending out, this knee's kind of facing forward, so it's facing in the direction that we're about to go. This makes my hips stacked so that they're facing forward. They're perpendicular to the direction I'm about to go. The knee comes up, so I'm squatted low, I raise the hips, I push off the post, the knee comes up, and then the foot comes up, and then the foot comes up, foot comes up, and then the last thing I add is I open up the hip. And then, because that's carrying all your body weight this way, then you add that little bit of extra post, maybe even go to the ball of the foot, and that's what's going to carry you over. From here. What I like about this is that you can do a Revers to an opponent in Savate. You can do it from all the way across the ring because it'll usually launch you in. So if I were to prep, I'm just being careful because I'm moving on 2 different floors. Saw that coming. So maybe I was like kickboxing a little bit, boom, boom, boom. I throw a Revers here, I pendulum back, I load, boom, and I take the hands away from their guard, and I finish with my pushing kick. So yeah, I think that ended up being a pretty valuable part of the technique tutorial today. What I would call that in Savate would be a Revers frontal with a sauté, or a sauté Revers frontal. Sauté just means to jump.
Flying Revers.
Yeah, it's a flying Revers. I like the sauté word because it makes me, well, I think that's where sauté comes from. It's like jumping out of the pan, right? I'm assuming that's what that means. If we have any French cuisine cooks in here, let us know. But yeah, let's consider that the technique tutorial for today. I've also begun looking into that particular dovetail. Oh, okay, we're talking the curriculum stuff now. Very cool, yeah. I'm sure there's a lot of crossover between drama and therapy. I'm looking more specifically into physical fitness and martial arts and therapy. Both of the questions that we're asking, one of the best starting points, because you'll have to read it at some point anyways, is The Body Keeps the Score by Bessel van der Kolk. I'm very lucky that I work with the Psychotherapy Networker. They're the biggest psychotherapy magazine on the planet, and they run one of the biggest training events in the world for psychotherapy once a year. So I've been very fortunate to meet Bessel, who's a slightly controversial figure because of his attitude, but apparently a really great guy overall, and had a lot of wonderful ideas about physical trauma and how you have to process it on a physical level, not just on a talk therapy level. So yeah, but a lot of stage and intimacy people read about his book as well. And if you want to get it, it's available. I don't think it's too pricey either because it's not a textbook. Like, it's a book. I've only gotten like 15 pages in. I was starting to highlight it and I like underlined every sentence. I was like, okay, this is going to take a while. Oh, good, Becca. I didn't know you had known about it. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to make it a goal to finish reading that by the end of May. Please hold me accountable to that. And it's really funny. It's like, it's this book that's orange and blue, and I swear, riding up and down the train up in New York here, like, back when we could, I swear, like, every 5 or 6 days, I'd see somebody else reading that book, and it's been out for a while, so
It's pretty wild. Especially how accessible it is to so many different backgrounds. All right, speaking of which, today's question of the day, while we're moving along, who can you help and how? So this is almost more of a brainstorming question. And the reason why I'm asking it, I'll always fall back to this. One of my favorite speeches and one of my favorite things to kind of process as a way to keep myself motivated is Arnold Schwarzenegger's 5 Rules of Success. And the 5th and final rule that he says is probably the most important is give something back. Now, whether or not he came up with these rules himself or he was given them by his parents or a coach or something like that is irrelevant. When he talks about it, he talks about believing that he did give something back. And even right now with his silly little videos of his donkeys and horses or whatever, he's still trying to give people something light to look at. He knows that he's very good at making fun of himself. So I'm sure he's giving away some sort of money to people to help them out. Maybe I'm wrong, but at least he's still putting himself out there to try and encourage and cheer up people. That being said, and not trying to get into the political side of anything, the rule itself, giving something back, is the inverse rule, in my opinion, is that if you start looking at yourself as somebody that wants to be successful, and if you want to start looking at yourself as somebody that wants to build this routine, and especially if you're someone like me who's like very depressed, very emotional, has a lot of self-worth issues, has a lot of self-confidence issues, has imposter syndrome, if the first step you need to take, this is the part that drives me nuts, but the first step you need to take isn't necessarily self-love by trying to talk yourself up. Maybe the first step you need to take is, well, what do I want to do for other people? Because if that increases your self-worth, go for it. I honestly think that's a great thing. I think eventually you need to be able to have your own self-worth without just relying on giving to other people, because you will eventually kind of develop a little bit of a martyr complex, and that's a problem. But specifically, right now, where we're at, we're all stuck at home, and we're all locked in. We can't really do the things that we would typically do to help other people. But the question of the day, when we get back to the answers, which will be later in the video, so you can type them up now if you want, but we're not reading them back until we're done with our workout. The question of the day is, who can you help and how? Or some variant that I'm sure Abra typed out.
Who can you help and how?
Who can you help and how? My obvious answer kind of going forward, just that everybody can kind of hear the brainstorming sort of thing that's on my mind, in case you're having troubles with that, is obviously I'm doing this. I'm doing this for free. I don't think this show would really work if I was charging a ton of money for it right at the get-go. But even if I was making a ton of money, I would still probably want to keep it open for everybody. And it is a little self-satisfying as well, because obviously I get to talk into a camera for an hour every morning. But see, that's the thing too, is that when I ask this question of myself, I want to do more than just that. You know, I miss being able to help my mom out. I really do. Like, helping her is always one of these really important things to me, and I just can't do anything about it right now. So maybe I need to ask her, Mom, is there anything I can do? Like, the last couple of times I visited Maryland, before I dropped by at her house, I was like, okay, I'll stop by the grocery store. Is there anything you want? I got her some orange juice or something. Just little things. So if it's a little thing or if it's a big thing, it doesn't have to be a life's goal. It doesn't have to be a Mother Teresa thing. But right now, who can you help and how? Because we probably feel limited in the ability to do so, but there's always something small you can do for somebody else, even in a time like this. Okay, so put a pin in that, bring it back later. Let's get into our planks. This is not the morning for me to want to do planks, but let's try. Ooh, yeah. Got a little bouncy with some drums. Okay, Abra, I'm moving. Let me get another sip of coffee, okay? Time to go plank land. Send that up for 40 seconds. Join me, if you will, as we dive into plank land. Oh, this is my plank, everybody. This is my plank.
Very effective.
All right, what?
So it's very effective.
It's super effective. My play dead plank. Okay, I'm super digging this music, whatever this is. This is very similar to stuff that they play at the Psychotherapy Networker Symposium. They always have a live band on the stage. It's glorious. You know, except for this year. Obviously, they had to go virtual. I might have to start getting some sort of weight or something to put on my back for this one.
Getting too easy.
I mean, on the first round, sure. Or I need to go back to just doing 6 straight rounds of this. I probably will do that when I start going to my private cycle. Back to the tabletop. Do my little Undertaker sit up. Squeeze. Oh my god, my hamstrings are on fire.
Yeah, you're not doing thrusters.
Doing what?
Thrusters.
I'm very happy I'm not doing thrusters. This is about holding the posture meditatively, Abra. It's not about just going...
It's not?
Just made all the ladies at the first row. Is it the rhinoceros or the hippopotamus? I can't remember. Maybe some of the fellas too.
I think it's hippopotamus.
Hippopotamus. My lyrics are bottomless. Yeah.
Today's a day of references.
Today is a day of... It's not too warm. It's not too cold. Get that ray gun and murder everyone. What? Alright. This will probably be our last tabletop. Because I know how to count.
We're about to start round 5.
Yep. I'm just digging this music. Most people aren't even going to be seeing me like dance to this because, you know, they're hopefully holding their own planks. Oh yeah, there we go. Lower back, activate. Oh my god. Ugh. I'm working up an appetite this morning, apparently. My tummy's grumbling.
You can say more.
I'll be your dentist. That's another reference from that play.
Yes.
What was that one called? Little Shop of Horrors?
Yeah.
Rick Moranis is coming back, everybody.
Is he?
I heard he is. I don't know what he's doing. It'd be nice if they get that frickin' Spaceball sequel off the ground now that the new trilogy is over. The Quest for More Money. That was the working title. Oh, how right they were. Makes you wonder if Disney owns Spaceballs too now. All right, everybody's favorite sound. Good job, everybody. Kill that plank workout. Kill it with fire and a ray gun. Or whatever. Okay. 9:36. Time for us to go into our Kung Fu basics. We're sticking with those through the end of the cycle with the push-ups. If you want to do the intermediates, go back to the previous cycle and watch the tutorials for those. Of course, if you want to do them at home, you're more than welcome to. For those that might not remember, the 4 basics for the intermediates were the reverse punch, the spring leg, the tiger lunge, and... No, that's the stance set. I don't remember my own basics. Oh, the dragon twists. Dragon twists. The twist stance punch. Okay, but we're going to do our 4 basics today. With those push-ups. Now we're speeding along, and I'd like to keep that rate going. This could be hard. It was definitely harder for me yesterday. I could feel it even on the ram's head push-ups starting to kind of kick in. So frequency leads to intensity. You don't have to go faster, but if you're doing things at a faster rate, whew, just keep that in mind. Why Tabatas are so good. They require you to maintain your intensity over time, your frequency over time.
And intensity.
And intensity. Well, I mean, you can keep the intensity low on a Tabata, but you always have to maintain the frequency. Like, if you do a Tabata protocol, you can do 10 reps. And if 10 reps is easy for you, you just have to keep doing 10 reps. At least that's my understanding of the Tabata protocol. Anyways.
My understanding is a little bit different, but that's fine.
Well, we'll discuss it with Dash at some point and get it right. Brush floors, 20 each side, let's go. Yeah. Breathe correctly, Dylan. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Switch legs. Go. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay? Sunfish push-ups. Sunfish push-ups. My brain. If you can, 10, or however many you got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay? Horizontal chi raise. 20 reps. Breathe in. Shoot out and down. Breathe out. Then come back. Breathe in. Let's do 19 more. Ready? Go. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Ram's head push-ups. Fists are horizontal this time, right by your rib cage. Try and keep your elbows tight to your body. Don't wing out. Keep that all in line. Focus on that tricep extension. That shape. All right? 10 if you can. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And again, when doing all of these push-ups, make sure you're focusing on keeping your back tight. You don't want to hurt your back. Even if you end up doing it from your knees, the goal should be to keep your back straight, not to do this. You want to drinky bird over. All right. Third basic, everybody's favorite, and that's me being sincere, because that's what I've heard. Elbow to toe. Check step out, hands come together. Breathe out, 1. Come back in. Breathe in. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. 11. 12. 13. 14. 15. 16. 17. 18. 19. 20. Third push-up. Chinese fist. I don't know where the names come from. I'm just giving you them as they were given to me. Make sure you're keeping your upper back tight. This is really going to work on your rear delts and a whole lot of small muscles. I am the slug. All right. And ready? 10 if you can. Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. Last of the 4 basics. Vertical chi raise. Keep in line with this sort of rhythm to the breathing that I've been going with. This is the best way to instruct it, in my opinion, because in class, you hold the position until the student tells you to kind of go. But if you're training it on your own, you need a kind of metronome. So when you breathe in and come up, you wait till your breath is held, and then you let it out. And then you wait till your breath is out to call the number. 1, 2, let's just keep going. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Whew. One more push-up. If you're capable, cranes, beaks. You can use the wall, or you can just hold it on the floor. Focus on firing that forearm. Your bicep needs to fire a little bit too to support it. Your chest is really what's going to be holding you up. You can't really start flat on the ground with this one. I tried. Best to just start in the position. So, cranes, beaks, directly under your chest, under your sternum, right in between the pecs. Step your feet out, hold the position if you need to. I'm gonna go for 10. Ready? 1, 2, whoa, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Whew. So that's it for the Kung Fu 4 basics with the push-ups. The last thing I'm going to let you know is that there's actually 5 sets to the push-ups, and the 5th one I haven't felt like working on. If you want to start playing with it at home, it's fingertip push-ups. It's probably harder on the squishy mat than it is on the floor, but whatever. If you end up wanting to develop that, feel free to. It's not my bag, it's not my jam. And you really have to have the fingers steepled in order to do it. At that point, it's really much more of a conditioning exercise for the fingers. Your body needs to be really strong to just move you like the push-up in general. But just as like a crazy sort of thing to let you all know, at home, in our Kung Fu system, what we were told, and I never pulled this off, but what we were told is that, so the trick is to eventually get to like less fingers. And in our Kung Fu system, in the fingertip push-ups, the first finger that you would remove was the thumb. The thumb. Not the thumb, the thumb. So try and figure that one out at home, ladies and gentlemen, because I won't be doing it anytime soon. I have limits. Batman has no limits. I ain't no Batman, man. I ain't no Batman, man.
Limits are self-imposed.
Yeah, sure, okay. I'm imposing this limit. I'm imposing this moratorium on my limits. Wait. Is that a double negative? Anyways.
Yes.
I feel like my tray holding at work puts me on an advantage for those. Absolutely. Kung Fu is part of your everyday life, Becca. That's how it works. All right, let's get to those Savate leg holds. We're right on time. 30 seconds. Set them up. Let's knock them down. Oh boy. Big, sweaty, Abra-ish mess. Not quite a full Abra level of sweat, but I'm working on it. Okay. Very nice. Just bounce in a circle if I want. Whee! I can go the other way if I want. Make myself throw up if I want.
That's a favorite there.
I feel like I'm doing like one of them Irish dances. Oh. See, now that I know that I can do that, clearly this leg's a little bit more conditioned than it was. Oh dear. Yes, if anybody wants to make a gif out of me bouncing around.
Yeah.
Geralt. His name is Jerry. Jerry. Oh, hidey. Yeah. I'm just having fun this morning. I guess I have some energy or something. I think it's because I ate some pizza rolls. Stretching it out, getting ready for a chasse lateral hold. It's the hold for the side kick chamber. And what you'll notice is that to get there, I can totally do that little S step because that's what the kick leads to. Or that's where the kick comes from. Oh. Yes, Abra, it is almost 9:50.
It is 9:50. Still what you told me to do.
You're doing a wonderful job at it. Keep doing whatever I tell you to do.
Well, no.
Don't defy me.
That's what I'm good at.
Yeah, it is one thing you're good at. Defiance. Defiant Abra, that's what they're gonna call you.
That's what they already do call me.
That's what the president's gonna tweet out. That's Abra's Twitter name, Defiant Abra. Actually, this should be your Twitter account handle. That would be awesome.
I'll consider it.
Open to new ideas, not to your BS. Defiant Abra. Because your name means to open.
Yes, thank you. Thank you.
Alright. Oh, almost there. Almost there. Extended Savate leg holds. Extended roundhouse kick, whipping kick, leg hold. Ah, okay. If you want to, you can go old school Savate and extend your arm up above your head. That'll help you focus on keeping your torso upright, and you'll definitely feel more of a crunch in your core, especially your obliques and your lower back.
Plus, it's just fancy.
It's so fancy. I'm the fanciest pants. Oh, please make a gif of that. Oh, a gif. Abra keeps having a conniption every time I say gif. Abra, could you get me some peanut butter? Sure, what brand? GIF. It's spelled with a J, so it's even more irritating. It doesn't have to. It's not even 10 o'clock on a Saturday morning. I don't think Abra ever woke up before 10 o'clock on a Saturday morning until she met me.
I did for SATs.
Oh yeah, those sats. Everybody loves those sats. Oh yeah. All right, and that is our Savate for today. Thank you very much. Stretch out your legs however you need to. They might feel a little bit tight and compressed. Pizza rolls, the breakfast of heroes. Yes. Yes, they are. Thank you, Abby, for being on my side about that. No one else seems to get it. All right, once you feel like your legs have cooled down, just a little bit, pull everything up. I can spread eagle to the camera.
That's what the world wants.
It's what the world wants, Abra. The world wants all of this. That's how I'm helping people. I'm giving them what they really want. Oh, my hips are tight today. Okay. Stretch set. And remember that question of the day, how can you help somebody else, or who can you help and how? Be sure to start thinking about how you want to answer that. We want to get to your answers and get this show over with so that Abra can go back to sleep.
Appreciate it.
She needs a nap. Cat nap. Mid-morning nap. Siesta. Forever. I don't know how the rest of that song goes.
It's okay.
Oh. Oh. I'm so warmed up, I'm able to stretch deeper sooner. That's how that works. Thermodynamics or something. I know science. I hear if you inject yourself with chocolate syrup, you're going to be really happy all day long.
You're not advocating injecting yourself with chocolate syrup?
I am not advocating injecting yourself with chocolate syrup. That was a joke. That was just I just wanted to see what would happen. doing? I hear if you shine black lights into your body, you will start a rave wherever you are. That sounds good. Let's see if we can make that work. Alec Baldwin has nothing on me. He really has nothing on me, though. I'm much younger and better looking at this point. Alec Baldwin. How much of our audience did I lose with that injection joke?
We made it about the same.
You know what? We should be grateful to our overlord. He brought humor to us in a time of great panic. Humor powered by panic.
Apparently more hospitalizations.
We're not even gonna go there. The truth, we can't talk about the truth, Abra. You think this is some show about the truth? You think this is some red pill show? Come on.
Oh no, why would you say something like that?
Why wouldn't I? Most people think red pill is still a Matrix reference. The pizza rolls speak the truth to me. Oh boy. Yeah, that's it. Just how do you help people? I'm like returning to how I usually answer my questions. Oh man. Who can you help and how? You know. I'm trying to go online and find ways of helping other educators improve their web show content. I think I missed a side. Again, because I won't shut my dumb mouth. Penelope likes the jokes. Well, thank you, Penelope. At least somebody gets my humor.
I mean, I get your humor.
You get it. You just don't want it. Oh, there we go. Now I'm getting nice and deep in that. So deep. Phrasing. Said Ripley to the android bishop. No, that's not good. We can't use that. That's not going to work. Large. If you inject yourself with peanut butter. That's it. That's the whole joke. I don't have anything more than that. And probably one last side. Confectionery. That's that word, right? Confectionery?
Yeah.
Yeah. So just go grab whatever confectionery you have and just shove it. There's a spray-on cake coloring thing that is aluminum metallic colored. Everybody hear the sound. And I totally have a video on my Instagram at dhintsaction. It's one of my first Instagram videos of me shaking it, spraying it, and going, "Witness me!" And it's awesome. To me, anyways. All right, who can you help? And how? Give us your answers now or forever hold your pieces.
I mean, not forever. If you want to do it later, too. That's okay.
No, you must do it now. Do it now. Yes, I do go nuts, Penelope. I've completely lost my mind.
As have many people during this time.
You guys only got a couple of minutes. You better put it out there. Put some of that goodwill out there, people. Come on, people. What's up, people? Sorry. I don't know what's up with me this morning. I'm gonna look at my book. I can give back. Yes, I can. Oh, hey, I finished morning routine day 37. I can check that off. I got up at 7. Try and be productive. Oh, hey, Kai. How you doing? We just asked the question of the day. The question of the day being, how can you help others? Who can you help and how? Because we want people to realize they still have a little bit of power, even if it's doing something small, to give something back. Because I'm obsessed with Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yes, you.
I was when I was a child, and now I'm even more obsessed as an adult. Go figure. It all comes and goes in cycles.
I woke up at 7, but I stayed in bed till 8. What? I'm just lying there. Wake up. Meds and vitamins. I'm just waiting for your answers, people. And if we don't get any by 10:05, then I'm going to call this show quits for today. I'm going to start filling out my book so that I don't forget all the things I need to do. Well, yeah, Kai, I mean, I completely agree. You know, you weren't here earlier for the context, but it's like, I feel stressed out that I can't help my mom. I feel stressed out that I can't do more for other people because I can really only be around the same people over and over and over again. I can't really help Brett or Abra. I drive them insane anyways. The only thing I can do to help them is leave them alone. So, what can you do right now is really the question. What can you do? I send puppy videos to my friends when they're anxious, stressed, and listen when they need to talk. Not a big thing, but I think it helps some. If you're good at finding those puppy videos and sending them out at the right times, Becca, that is an art, and go you. Josh, I've been helping out my parents through this. I've been cooking 3 nights a week, cleaning 4 nights, and fixing the house as much as I can. Dude, that is awesome. You have no idea how valuable you're going to be as a human just for doing the simple stuff like that, because the chores, it's the biggest thing you can do sometimes. And I love that.
You're a good son.
But not like Macaulay Culkin.
Not that good son.
That's not what we're talking about. Jesse Byron says, it's preparing for when the pandemic is safely over and we can all gather. Okay. I think I might have missed something, but good. It'd be nice to be able to safely gather, that's for sure. Abby says, agreed with Becca on sending cheery things to friends, family, and chatting with them regularly. Hey, I haven't gotten puppy videos from either of you, okay? So y'all better get on that. I also heard yesterday about a nonprofit in NYC that pairs people up with elderly residents in their neighborhood to help them get groceries. In transparency, I haven't volunteered yet, but it could be cool. Invisible Hands if anyone is interested. Aside from the creepy name for that nonprofit, really cool. If anybody wants to look into that, that would be wonderful. Penelope says, I put myself out there as a supportive friend. I work to stay connected, reach out to people and see how others are. Let them know they have a friend in me. I like to encourage the positive in people's lives, but I'm also here when someone is stressed. I'm fine with listening to others when something is bothering people. It's always good to lift others. It's how we lift ourselves together. I agree. It's what we're all trying to be here for. Good stuff, everybody. I'll go back a couple of days and figure out what I need. Oh, I need to deposit these residuals checks. I got a residuals check for 2 cents the other day. That's the punchline. Residual check. Gonna wait and see if there's any more answers. And I mean, you know, I don't have a lot to offer because, you know, I'm stuck in this basement recording this show 24 hours a day, obviously. I'm kidding. But if you ever, again, do want any feedback or tips on anything that you're working on, let me know. I'm always down to give you any tips or help with any of your workouts or anything like that. Especially when it comes to structure, form, and movement. Wow, I have a lot of things I gotta get done. People, I am so busy. Who wants to come over and just do all my administrative tasks? And Wendy's in.
Social distancing.
Social distancing. No one can come over right now. We're working on it, people. Well, I think if that's it, you know, who can you help and how? We got people helping their parents. We got people helping their friends, even if it's from a distance. None of us are powerless right now. Every little bit helps. That's the hard thing to believe. You don't have to do a big hour-long show, 9 mornings in a row, out of every 10 to help people. Which I have to keep telling myself because I can't keep doing that because it's not sustainable, because I'm going to burn out and lose my mind and then I'm just going to become a vegetable person. probably made out of carrots and green peppers. You know, any particular tips you'd recommend for doing this kind of work with a lightly injured wrist? Well, if you're doing a wrist-based exercise, you definitely want to lighten the amount of impact you're putting on it. So slower, lighter, if you still want to work out the wrist, that's good. I absolutely recommend using a weighted bar or a stick, something with a little bit of weight, and doing a lot of rotation. Not to the point of, you know, knocking your wrist out, but keep grinding through that scar tissue, keeping it open, building that grip strength, and then obviously working on the support all the way up the chain, because if your wrist is weak, you need to make sure that the rest of your arm is strong so that your wrist isn't as reliant on itself to protect itself. That's some really layman's way of expressing it, because I'm not a science guy, I'm not a physical therapist, but I have had a lot of injuries that I've had to recover from over the course of my very exciting career as a martial artist and stunt performer. So that would be my tip, is make sure that you're doing a lot of grip strength stuff, light impact, low impact, and weighted bars and stuff. That's why I like using FMA for helping yourself kind of build up that wrist strength. As for the push-ups, we're doing them on our knuckles. You do not have to do the push-ups on your knuckles. You can absolutely do them open hand. I'm just doing them the way I was taught in Kung Fu.
Sometimes though, doing it on your knuckles when you do have wrist problems is actually more helpful.
It is, but I would recommend at least maybe wrapping your wrist or wearing a wristband of something to give yourself a little bit of support before doing the push-up if you are going to do it on your knuckles and wrists. All right, we're going to start wrapping up. That was a good little question, Jesse, so thank you for asking. If you have any more, please hit me up anytime and let me know. Yeah, I don't even remember where I was going before all that. We are going to be off. There's no more shows today. There's a 9 a.m. show tomorrow on Sunday. And then there's another 9 a.m. show on Monday. So those are your next 2 shows coming up, and we'll announce the rest of the shows as we go, but the typical schedule is still pretty much standing as is. In the meantime, if you like what you see or hear and you want to help us out, please, please, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. We are so close to 100 subscribers. That's a big, big checkpoint for us, because supposedly that allows us to unlock a custom URL, which would be lovely to be able to say, go to youtube.com/Saga Action Arts as opposed to letters. If you could do that, that'd be super duper great. If you have friends in your network that you think might have an interest in this content, we have over 60 hours of training content on our YouTube. All we ask is that you watch it and like it. You don't even have to hit the like button, although that would be really cool. But if you just enjoy it, that's really what we're aiming for. Some subscribers, get those notifications going, because we are uploading stuff almost every day. And even when the morning routine show stops, there's going to be a lot of content being put out onto that YouTube channel for you to check up on and help build yourself back with, you know, so just you'll be able to keep going even when this process slows down a bit. We also, of course, have our Facebook page. If you enjoy the workout, if you enjoy what you've seen in the morning routine or Abra's training sessions or our skill development sessions, please give us a recommendation or a like. Tell people what you think about us, as long as it's positive. No, I mean, you can tell the world that you don't like us either. That's totally fine. We're willing to hear criticism and feedback. But please let the world know what you think about us on the Facebooks. And finally, I am dying to see footage. I am dying to see pictures from you guys of your training. Get your phone and put it on the ground and just record yourself. If you're a performing artist and you're not recording yourself, what are you doing right now? You gotta perform. Don't be nervous, just send me some stuff. I wanna see it, I wanna see what you're up to. And it's not in a creepy way, I swear. I just wanna see what people are doing, because I'm so inspired by you all and I wanna stay inspired. And then if you wanna help inspire other people, tag the SAGA Community, hashtag the SAGA Community, because we want to aspire to inspire others. That's my cheesy, cringy line, but I swear it's what this is all about. Because what it all comes down to is I might never make a dime off of this, but I'm damn sure going to try and make an impact. You all have kept me sane for the last 79,000 days, and I really appreciate that. Today was a really great morning, and I'm so glad to have spent it with you all. We'll be back tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Eastern Time for day 38 of the morning routine. Until then, have a great Saturday, enjoy those cartoons, and I'll see you tomorrow.